Russ Fresh, it's time for Dungeon Watch, August 2014 edition. Your source for all the hot scoops and news on dungeons. And
Wow, dungeons.
it's a big week for dungeons with the release of Crawl, the new dungeon-based game. Man, I tell you, man.
It seems to have rather lovely dungeons.
You want to dip your beak into it? Should I start a new set of initials, or do you like GAM?
New set.
Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna lose my unlocks, but what if it was what if it's like ASS?
What about butt?
Okay. No, that seems puerile. There's got to be a funnier
Sex.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, sex it is. Look at that.
Rockin'.
We're gonna play with some bots. So this is a 4-player sort of competitive game. It's I don't know, kind of a difficult genre to nail down. But if you play solo, you can play with bots who are actually fairly competent. I'm gonna put it on easy just because I kind of want to move through this relatively quickly and show what the game's all about. But I do love this NBA Jam style loading screen. So once you have your initials in and you load your save, you pick a god to worship, and this will determine which monsters you can play as. Because in Crawl, you play as both a hero and as all of the monsters in this dungeon. So
now it looks like the gods are an old man, a werewolf,
Shram,
and a spider.
Merkin, and Tiak.
Is that a spider at the end?
It's spiderific.
Yeah, okay.
It has arachnid qualities.
I don't think I've ever heard of a werewolf god though. It's the first.
It's unique. You know what? Let's play as the wolf because I'm fairly comfortable as the wolf. Oh, looks like
you're hungry.
We are all going to be the wolf. So here's the tutorial. So here's the point. You want to get to the end of this dungeon, or you want to reach level 10. So I'm okay. I spawned in as the hero. That's me.
Yep. I see you rolling around.
Got a dodge and I got an attack. Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And those ghosts that you see are the other players. They are collecting little green energy blobs that they can use to spawn in little slime monsters.
And those just sort of pop up.
Those just sort of pop up, and they are constantly popping up, so you want to be moving around. So whenever there's those hexagons on the floor,
oh my god,
they can turn into actual physical monsters that can kill you.
Okay.
And you don't want that to happen. I want to kill them and get experience to level up, because once I hit level 10, I can go through the ending portal and fight the boss of the dungeon. And if I beat the boss, then I win.
Awesome.
I am the winner.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat up all their energies.
So ordinarily, you would be playing against two other real players.
You can play with up to 4.
Up to 4 people.
Yeah,
so
up to 4
you
players.
And 3 other players.
Yeah. These crystals sometimes have experience in them, and you have to break them before you can move on. So as you can see, that ghost has also inhabited a spear trap back there.
Oh wow.
That they are impotently firing at me. This is the portal. I'm not level 10 yet.
Oh, no, you're not.
There's one on every level, but once you use a portal on that level, if they don't beat the boss, then nobody else can use that portal. It, like, shatters it.
Okay, it's sort of like Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, it's nothing like Trivial Pursuit. You kind of have to keep moving through the dungeon because there are staircases that will take you to deeper levels. So these monsters that they can spawn in as are pretty easy.
Puny.
Yeah, especially since I'm playing against easy difficulty.
Are there non-player controlled monsters, or is it always just the monsters?
They can. So the little energy balls that they're floating around and collecting as ghosts, those are AI. Those are sort of auto killers.
Okay, but those aren't monsters. Those are just. Can those hurt you as a player?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're little slime balls. They'll shoot you with slime, and it hurts, and it sucks.
Jerks.
So just moving right along. All right, I leveled up a bunch. That was a good run, and it would not be that easy if I was playing against other human beings. But here's where it gets tricky. Every time that one of your opponents levels up, you get a resource called Vitae, or Vitae, which lets you evolve your monsters, which they just did to everything. So you can see I have these 3 monsters that I spawn in as whenever I step on one of those portals.
Yeah.
I can spin Vitae to evolve them into these advanced forms. So
and can you like pick? Can you spend it all in one monster? Or
yeah,
do you
sure.
Have to, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The upgrades get more expensive as you go down the tree. So these are only 10 Vitae. I think you get like 7 or 8 or so for every time one of your opponents levels up.
Cool.
But the deepest evolutions require like 50 Vitae to get to. So that is sort of the balancing mechanism in the game, is that now when they spawn in as monsters, they are going to be tough. Like Hulkamania just ran wild on him in that first round.
Yeah, you did.
And that, oh shit.
Oh my god.
Ah, damn it. So I want to get out of there. A little life ball. That's handy.
I wanted to know what that mystery door was. What's the deal with those mystery doors?
That just means that you don't know what's behind it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay, so now they're gonna come in and be.
Oh, here they come.
So that little witch is an evolved form of. Oh, I need to not be in her pink goo. That is an evolved form of like the little slug monster.
Yeah. Okay.
From the first, and is a lot deadlier. It's a lot. It's like pretty difficult to get your health back as a hero. So once you start getting hurt. And I'm dead.
Oh, no.
So the player that gets the final hit on you gets to come back as a human.
Okay.
So it looks like the green player was the one who got the final hit. They got to come back as a human. That means now they're earning experience. Now they're leveling up. So as a ghost or as a monster, whenever you cause damage to somebody, you get blood. And you trade that blood in for money, and then you can buy...
That's not Vitae, that's something else?
Right. There's a lot of different resources in the game. It's kind of tricky to keep them all in mind. But basically, when you're playing as a ghost, you want to get as many hits in on the player as you can, because that earns you blood. And then you sacrifice that blood for money, and then buy like new swords, new abilities, upgrades, all kinds of stuff, outside of the typical like leveling up.
So those are just like for play, like when you're playing as a human, those upgrades apply?
While you're playing as a human. Then like you get like a different sword that has like
they're not like monster upgrades.
No. Okay. No, the monster upgrades you do with Vitae. Okay, so I'm gonna come back as a monster, but my monsters are completely unevolved because I have not earned any Vitae. And they're terrible. I can still maybe get some kills if I do okay.
You pick the easy AI at this point.
Yeah.
So
but,
could he just run away at this? Like
no, once monsters are in a room, you have to kill them before you can move on.
Oh, got it.
And that's where those slime balls come into play because those are not like especially effective killing.
Yeah.
I died. Those are not especially effective killing tools, but you can use them to trap a player in a room with a bunch of traps.
I see.
See, I'm actually gonna drop those two blue slimes you saw. I just dropped on the floor. They're not like super great, but they might get me that final hit on him.
Yeah, they're plugging away at him.
Oh, so, wait, did it just? No, the red.
Oh, the other guy took it. Okay, so do you get any benefit? I guess you got all the blood.
I got blood. Yeah, I get blood for all those hits, so
pretty good.
That'll be handy if I can come back as a human. So right now I've got this arrow trap. You can't really hit traps. You can just sort of stay away from them. I think you might be able to disable them somehow. I like these spiky, spinny things because they're pretty good at killing. Oh man! So that.
Okay, cool.
That statue I just sort of hovered over it because it looked cool.
Yeah, and now you're
this
dragon dude.
Sweet dragon. Yeah, this is gonna work out real well.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you keep your level.
Keep your level. Yep, it's
good.
Cumulative across. So that's a trap. I don't want that. Ah shit! I do want to get up there and trade in my blood. You got to make pretty judicious use of your dodge. Okay, so as you can see, I got 55 blood. Got that for hitting the human.
Yep.
Trade it in at this guy, and I get 55 gold. Right? So now I can use that to purchase upgrades like this human heart will give me a health upgrade. It's pretty expensive, though. I like to get a nice weapon. These are kind of lame. You can also... You only have 2 buttons, right? You got the attack and then your special, which starts out as a dodge roll. You can exchange your special to get all kinds of
one of those.
Dope shit. So how about putrid... Wait, how much are these?
Fetid... Whatever. Discharge?
Oh, man. I think I have enough to get both. Okay, so I just bought a sweet sword. That changes my animation, the animations are
They're pretty
wonderful.
dope. Yeah.
By the way, I'm spending a lot of time just standing here. You can see them frantically running around, picking up slime.
They are collecting a bunch of stuff.
So I don't want to do that. Still...
Let's see your fetid whatever. Oh, dope.
Yeah. That's particularly handy for the final boss, because the final boss doesn't move around very much, so you can... okay, so green player leveled up a ton.
Yeah.
Which gave me a lot of Vitae, and it gave the red player a ton.
So they're evolving more.
So I can pick...
Oh, you could still evolve, right?
Yeah, I'm going to level up my skeletal archer guy. Now he's like a fiery guy and fires out 2 flaming arrows, and that's pretty rad.
Cool.
I actually like the rat as is. I'm going to evolve the slug, because I can't really do anything with him. All right. So now I am the player. That red player I need to watch out for, because his monsters are going to be close to their max evolution, and they're going to be very, very bad for me.
You know, it's funny. It does have some notes of... What's that big 2K game that's coming out with the monsters?
Evolve?
Evolve.
Yeah, a little bit.
Some Evolve notes. Obviously, very, very different games, but... Some similarity.
I mean, it is symmetrical in the sense that you're constantly jumping around and like, playing these different parts.
Sure, that's true.
Oh man, it's really... So that Cthulhu-esque monster there is Bad News Bears. If he was playing on a harder difficulty, then he would be...
He'd be wrecked.
Yeah, he'd be crushing me right now. No, that's the other thing to keep in mind. It sort of has this MOBA mentality of like in a MOBA, you have to treat experience as this super precious resource, and you don't want to let yourself get killed by another player, or else they will eat your experience and level up faster. So these people have these super strong monsters, but if I kill them while they're using those super strong monsters, I'm going to level up like crazy.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so you're over level 10.
I'm over level 10. I've sort of passed that waypoint. So I don't have any gold, so it doesn't really make sense for me to try and run and get to the blacksmith.
Okay.
So I guess I'm just going to go for it. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to do it because
that's awesome.
I'm playing it on easy difficulty. Yeah, pretty rad.
Korok.
So this is the pre-boss room. I'm going to eat those little jellies.
Heal action.
Blow up that door. Okay. So this is the final boss. I'll explain what's going on in there before I run in there. Basically, he is a huge monster with multiple like body parts that the ghost can inhabit and fire off. So there's one that fires off little bubbles that will capture you. There's one that will like lay patches of slime in the floor, and then there's a giant eyeball ray that will just like blow your shit apart if you get caught in it.
Okay, so he's sleepy.
Gotta be moving around. Every once in a while, he'll drop a little ball that you can shoot. There it is. You can shoot back at him for damage.
Oh, cool.
If you can get it in his open mouth, then it will stun him, and you can get in a bunch of attacks. So you... There we go.
Oh, very cool.
Drop that sludge on the floor.
Wreck him.
Hit him real hard.
Is it always this final boss, or are there different final bosses?
This is the only final boss. So they're up... They've talked about how they want to update the game, and I think there's a lot of room... Yes, to do so, because they can add more gods, more deities, more monsters, different weapons and special abilities and stuff like that. There's honestly not like a ton. There's only 3 gods, each with their own set of 3 monsters, and then this final boss is the only one that I've beaten. However, every time you finish a game, it unlocks new stuff. New weapons, new trap. That beam trap that you've seen them shoot at me, I've never seen that before this playthrough.
Cool.
So it does...
Yeah, I was curious. So obviously, this was on easy, but...
That was on easy. I ran through it really quick. And I'm also playing against other AI players. That's the thing to keep in mind. With other human players, it's like bananas.
It would be insane. Yeah, I do get the impression, like, this game would be fun for an afternoon, whatever, playing solo, but, if you were...
Ooh,
we got some errors going on.
No,
still early.
No, that's the...
is that part of the game?
That's part of the game, yeah. So I got to...
All right, so you unlocked a bunch of stuff, but clearly playing multiplayer, like having some people over, this seems like a perfect party-style game.
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to crank up the difficulty now.
Yeah, I'm just going to show sort of what it's like with playing as the ghost, because I didn't do that a whole lot, because I kind of beat them a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. Yeah, it seems... it definitely is made for 4 players to... beat the crap out of each other while playing. See, you can see them already like decimating me, actually using their special abilities. You have to like, it also has that MOBA mentality of having to get that last hit in. So like sometimes it makes sense to hang back.
Sure.
And not like,
especially if you have
not
like
attack
a
and not burn through your special.
Thing.
Right, because you wanna time it out so you're the one who cashes in. Even adding 1 extra player in there, it gets pretty difficult. It's hard to pay attention to where the monsters are, and also like who's in a trap. Yeah. Where you need to be to survive.
And it's always 1 versus monsters. You can't do like 2 versus
2 heroes,
right?
No.
Okay.
It's always 1 player, and then everybody else is a monster.
And you're playing this on PC, correct?
Yeah, I'm playing it on PC. It's on PC, Mac, and Linux, and I think
good controller support.
Yeah, it's on PC, Mac, and Linux on August 6th. I'm playing it on a 360 controller right now, but you can play it with a PlayStation 4 controller or WASD.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh. So yeah, I am like, I've only played it with 1 other player, a 1v1, and it was really fun. It's kind of like, it wasn't as hectic as I think the game is supposed to be, because you always knew like where the other player was.
Sure.
I think if you can get 4 people together. And spend a night playing it, man, that's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, that seems like a heck of a lot of enjoyment coming out of
Yeah.
these dungeons.
Thank you for not swearing.
I
I've sort of established myself as like the only person who's allowed to swear in these videos.
That's acceptable. I'm very puritanical, so
I would
makes
say
sense.
that about you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Crawl.
Awesome.
I like it a lot. I want to play it with you. It's only online multiplayer though. No, or
Wait,
sorry, only local.
Local,
multiplayer.
I was gonna say, yeah. So that makes playing together a little difficult.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move.
A little
to Texas.
expensive.
You're gonna have to move to
but
Texas.
That's we'll see if we can make it work.
I mean, I don't understand what the problem is.
You don't have good bagels.
That's actually true.